Hey there everyone, my name is Olivia Hickey. I was a former Greenhouse member in the third year of my undergrad, so from September 2017 to April of 2018. And while I was in Greenhouse, I looked at healthcare interventions to reduce mortality and morbidity within Indigenous communities. And I'm currently entering my second year of medical school at the University of Limerick in Ireland. So as a Canadian citizen, I definitely think that I have a lot to be grateful for, and I love Canada very, very much. However, as a professional, especially in the healthcare field, it is also incredibly important to recognize the consequences of cultural genocide and how that manifests in negative health outcomes for the Indigenous population of Canada. And so for myself, that kind of translates to trying to contribute to the conversation through the creation of a peer-led group here in Limerick in Ireland among myself and my other Canadian classmates. And if my Irish classmates choose to join us, they're more than welcome, obviously. And so hopefully this group can just kind of provide a platform of dialogue where we can discuss experiences and education and ways to improve healthcare outcomes and ways to improve interactions with the Indigenous population of Canada as we go about our work in the future. And so that's kind of where I am right now. I'm still very much in the learning process and trying to educate myself and just encouraging my peers to educate themselves as well as to a group that really has been neglected in all senses by the Canadian government. A little bit more about myself. I'm from a very small town in southwestern Ontario, and I do have some Indigenous heritage, so that does kind of make this topic a little bit more personal for me. But what more contributes to my kind of passion, I guess you would say, about this topic is that as a Canadian, I feel like our outward image towards the world is very positive. You know, Canadians are known for being very polite, etc. We're always welcomed globally as travelers. However, internally, there's just this continual repression of our Indigenous population as a continuation of the cultural genocide that started 250 to 300 years ago and has just been maintained since then. And so I guess for me, my big question that I'm still trying to answer is, as a Canadian of relative privilege, how can I use that privilege to serve others? And so I recognize, obviously, that genocide takes generations to come to the state that it is currently in for the Indigenous population of Canada, and so therefore it will take generations to fix. And so I just hope that by continuing to educate myself and adapting my work, I guess, and my interactions with the Indigenous population of Canada, I can kind of contribute my voice and my work in a positive way. And I think that for all young Canadians entering the workforce, we are all really responsible to educate ourselves, to advocate, to listen, to engage in whatever means that is feasible to each individual, to really try and put our best foot forward and to change the course of how Canada traditionally has treated their Indigenous population. And so, like I mentioned before, this genocide has been going on for generations, and it will take generations before there is any kind of equity, even for Indigenous people in Canada. However, I personally am just hoping that my voice and my contribution is just one of many, many people who are all trying to just be better than the generation that existed before them. So thank you very much for Greenhouse for showcasing me for this little alumni spotlight. And if anybody wishes to reach out to me, my email address, is olivia1275@hotmail.com, and I will reply usually within 3 to 5 days if anybody wants to reach out and touch base or discuss anything that I've mentioned in this video or anything that comes to mind. So thank you so much for your time. Have a good day.